So I just want to start off, this video was inspired by Mintskull's Trapper rework idea, or rebalance, whatever he wants to call it. Originally, I was going to make a response video to that because there are some things that I don't like about it. Mostly, most people forget that the reason Trapper has to go collect his traps compared to every other trap killer is that his traps, when you step in them, instantly end the chase, while other killers just get injures, stacks, the ability to teleport to them for bonuses, things like that, or for singularity, it's like counteracting with the killer item and there's a different kind of tug of war there, while Trapper, if you step in it, chase is over. But instead, right at the end, he talks about add-ons. And every single time that people talk about Trapper add-ons, they never discuss why Bloody Coil at its core right now is an issue, and Mintskull during his video actually wanted to keep the issue that the add-on provides. So that is what today is about. Any add-on, just on principle for me, I hate any add-on that counters survivors for doing the intended counterplay against the killer. This does not include stuff like exit gate or gen specific. This is specifically for the killer's power, like first aid sprays, vaccines, or in Trapper's case, disarming his traps. Now, this does not mean that every single type of these add-ons needs to be nerfed. For instance, Wesker has one called, I think, Helicopter Stick, which just shows auras when a survivor opens up a spray canister. Obviously, that doesn't need any changes, but I still disagree with the idea on it on principle, because that is the survivors doing the counterplay to spray and remove the infection that the Wesker sets. Bloody Coil is just the main example of why are we punishing the correct decision. So I have a small list here of add-ons that I want to go over of why I think they're problematic, or at least just like listing them. This does not have to do with the killer's core strength. This has to do solely with the add-on design of survivors get punished for nothing. First of all, we have Bloody Coil, the entire reason this exists. When you disarm a trap, you become injured. I just hate this. The entire way that you counter Trapper is that he is a trap killer that sets up an area in advance, and you have to pursue through that area to counteract gens or get an unhook or whatever the Trapper is defending. Some Trappers do the entire map, some Trappers do a specific corner. Now, I understand, Trapper is not a great killer, which is why most people don't complain about this add-on. I just stabbed my monitor. Shit. This doesn't make it fun. Just because a killer is weak does not mean that a core issue in add-on philosophy isn't fun already. For instance, I don't really enjoy going against Trapper. His kit is literally, if your teammates didn't check a corner that they were at, but you weren't, and there's a trap there, you just lose the chase, and that's boring design. There's no counterplay when you step into a trap. It is, oh, I guess I lost. And that's not fun, just from the survivor end. So then you also make it to where if you do the correct counterplay, you do look around, your team look around for traps, disarm them, go, oh, I'm gonna disarm that trap, bop. Now if you're healthy, you get punished for that? That makes no sense to me. The entire counterplay Trapper to not deal with his trap is either leave tile and hold W into corner, or disarm trap early. So why are we punishing survivors for doing one of the decisions and the only interaction they have with traps in the first place? It's dumb. Now granted, it does grant more macro decisions on the fact that survivors, if they're injured, should look for traps before healing, or 99 their heal if they have a medkit or self-care, to then disarm traps until the Trapper is actually pursuing them. But it's still the design philosophy that I disagree with at all. This also includes add-ons that can break pallets. I don't mind if the killer's initial design is breaking a pallet, but for instance, I don't like Legion Pin. Legion Pin on Legion makes... Not Legion Pin. I mean, I don't like Legion Pin either, for a decision we'll get to in a moment, but I meant Iridescent Pin. Sorry. Is it called Eerie Pin? I'm pretty sure it's called Eerie Pin, where if they vault a pallet, the pallet breaks. I just don't like that. Legion can't do that base kit. You have to assume every single Legion has Eerie Pin until they vault a pallet, and then you know that they don't have it anymore. I hate any add-on that is you have to assume they have it until you see that they don't. I think that's just bad design. I hate it for perks too. Don't get me wrong, I hate that I have to assume every single survivor has DS. It's annoying. I would like if Eerie Pin gets changed. This also counts for low pro chains, because, and I know, low pro chains, funny clips, funny stuff. I like that aspect of it. This goes back into that I don't think every chat-on should get changed, but I do disagree with low pro chains on principle, because for Billy, he insta-breaks the pallet and then he sits there. But for low pro chains, he goes through the pallet and then hits you. I don't think that there should be an inconsistency between if a Billy has low pro chains or not. And the only reason this isn't ran is because he has better add-ons. Low pro chains isn't that good anymore. And you wanna know what happened when it was commonly ran? It was weird when people didn't have it. Now it's a surprise. This also goes hand in hand, cycling back to Legion with the Legion Pen add-on, which I mentioned instead of Eerie Pen because I forgot names. Legion's entire kit, the entire way you counterplay Legion is you spread out and you mend. Because if you don't spread out, then they get chain hits and that can lead to a 5th down. And it's up to the Legion to make up on survivors misplaying to possibly get that 5th hit or just not bother in the first place. So why do we make not just Legion Pen, multiple different add-ons that punish survivors for mending after they mend against the power? That's the entire counterplay. I know you can get a teammate. I'm not going to say that you can't. It still doesn't fix the issue that, hey, you lose 50% of the way that you can counter Legion and actively get encouraged to make misplays by grouping up with each other because we hate you. And then you have the ones that are punishing survivors whenever they do an item. For instance, Nemesis has one that makes survivors exposed whenever they use a vaccine. Why? The way that you counter Nemesis's power is by getting rid of his mutation and looping good. Why are we making it to where if you do the anti-loop mutation, you get punished? That doesn't make sense to me. And then Wesker had that spray one I listed earlier. Again, want to reiterate, I don't think all of these add-ons need changes. I just disagree with them on principle because it's bad. And then the last one that I want to mention, because it's just weird and very, what's a good way of phrasing it? Specific? Xenomorph has an add-on called Acidic Blood, which you have to be in crawler mode. The way it works is that you have to exit a tunnel in crawler mode, and then a survivor has to stun you within 20 seconds. It is so niche, yet I still hate it, because it's similar to Lopo Change and Eerie Pen, but mixed with Bloody Coil, where not only do you get to punish a survivor for making the right play with a pallet, but you also get a free injure off it. And I know it's thematic to the Xenomorph, I still would call that bad design. Anyway, that's it. I'm sure everyone has some add-ons for certain killers that they hate facing. I know Centipede on Ghoul, and the Mask add-on on Ghoul, and basically anything Ghoul related is hated, full force. As well as I know Huntress Eerie Head is something that people deem boring. I don't like it either, and there are add-ons that should be prioritized over the ones I just listed. Trapper is so not played, and I don't see him ever, that no, I don't really care if Bloody Coil doesn't get changed next update, but I would appreciate if they looked into it just a tiny bit. Have a good day. I'll probably get this out same day. Today, the event just started, so thumbs up.